what's up? I'm gonna call this one the opposite. I was just sitting and vibing to some R&B instrumentals because on my walk, I ran this playlist and it's so funny. Each and every song that was on the instrumental playlist, it was a brand new like lyric song that I felt in my heart, and I did like little snippets of it. And I was sitting in the front room doing it. Again, I don't know. I just needed to be out of here, and I needed some air, and I needed to reality. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, fear and loneliness can cause a little bit of unwellness. So it's like, in order to get rid of fear, you have to face it. And I'm gonna say this that not face it, but you have to get yourself out there. One time, and I may have shared this before, I lived in over the past 10 years. Job situations, living situations have been just insane since that legal thing. But I lived in this place. I told y'all the story. I didn't know it was a transitional place or whatever. I just saw a room for rent. And when I was there, I basically stayed in the room all the time. So I had no idea what was going on. And the same thing happens here. Um, I stay in my room all the time. I don't know what's going on. I'm so closed in. I'm so shut down. And I got to stop it. I was just writing in my journal. And I'll share some pages of it with you because, why not? But it's nothing. The way that I write now is not like I used to write. The way that I used to write used to be so open and so free. Again, the legal situation changed that. Um, it's just so closed in. It's like I'm missing out on the whole world. And I remember um, I'm missing out on a lot of things. My body has changed, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I haven't like when I and y'all know I haven't worked steadily like in the past however long, and probably the last month or so, and like when I'm a natural person, and usually that works out pretty well when you're working because you come back and you take off your clothes. But if you're always naked and laying around and eating, that's disgusting. And on top of that, I will tell you why it's disgusting because the boobage. Now, I wear a bra that has a little bit of padding and it has a little underwire. Now, myself don't look the same, and I don't know, maybe the shirt is lopsided and this that it used to. And one of the reasons why is because you're sitting around with no bras do matter. You're sitting around with no bra on all the time. Your breasts are going both their separate ways because you're just laying there, just eating and stuff. It's disgusting. And so I put my bra on, and I'm like, because usually they sit together and sit up. I can tell the difference. Y'all can't, but I can tell the difference. But and it's just, so I'm praying to God, please let me take better care of myself. Let me, and I didn't realize how closed in I am. I'm like shut down and I'm like afraid of the world because of that thing. And you know what? I need to do the opposite. And because that's what the legal system wanted. They want that's the thing. Because I'm not the only one. I saw people like when I was in the places, shelters and stuff like that, where this one girl, something happened. She was raped by police officers and something, all this crazy stuff happened to her. And it made her paranoid. Literally. I mean, I liked her. She was really nice to me. I liked her. To me, she was beautiful. And just like I blew up, she blew up too. And it's like, um, she was, sh other people said this, but I didn't see this about her. She was just sharing her story about what happened with the police, but they were saying that she was paranoid. But she was not paranoid. This is something that happened to her. And I said, why would you say that about her? And then they were just like, oh, because she always saying people talking about her, this, that, and the other. Now, I'm going to say this. People behave based on their experiences. That experience, when you have an experience with the legal system, it's no joke because they terrorize you literally. They literally do, and anybody that happens to be in contact with you. So I get it. And so when I see how situations come up in my life and how, recently, because it exacerbates over a period of time. Because, because you realize there's hopelessness. Like, nobody's going to come to your rescue, nobody's going to fix anything. And quite frankly, the world doesn't care. You start to realize that. And nobody's even listening to you or care about what you have to say. Okay? And when it comes to the point where you realize that you don't matter to anybody, that's scary. And they've taken away your time and your wherewithal to matter to yourself. And so from this point forward, you know how they have the campaign Black Lives Matter? I matter. What I feel matters. What I say matters. And if I have to keep it to myself, then that's fine. But I matter. And so that means that from this point forward, I'm not going to behave the way that you want me to behave. I'm not going to be fearful and scared of everything. I'm not going to allow people that have no dominion over me to place fear in my heart or in my life. I'm not going to allow situations and circumstances to put fear in my heart or in my life. I am going to do the opposite. I'm going to embrace each and everything, enjoy each and everything as if I own it. That's what I'm going to do. Um, I have to let it go. I cannot continue to live like this. I can't. I just, I cannot hold on to that. They're never going to make it right. I'm fortunate that, that thing was, that I'm fortunate to have the wherewithal to be able to have filed an appeal. I'm fortunate enough to have whoever was there when I missed it to do whatever little bit that they could to try to help me. So thank you, to that person. I wasn't there to see it, but thank you. Thank you. And maybe I should go look the documents up and find out who it was and thank them personally. But I don't think it. I don't know. You know. Um. I mean, it's a harrowing experience, and it hurts. It does bring tears to my heart and to my eyes, and it hurts tremendously because the reality is when you go through something like that, you realize that you've been lied to, all your life, about what the system is. You've been lied to about, what's right and wrong, what your responsibilities and rights are. You've been lied to believe that, if you do A, B, C, and D, that this is going to happen. And the thing about it is they're so bullied about it that your parents can't tell you the truth because then you be educated a different way and people will see that and it'll be a problem. But, I mean, I can't. So, anyways, let me try to read pages of my journal because, I was going to start writing the music and I started to do that, but then it's like I haven't written in so long. Like before, I used to flow. Like I would still be writing until like 1, 2 in the morning. I could fill a whole notebook up in no time. This notebook, this little itty bitty 100-page notebook that's already been half filled with whatever kind of stuff, it would be done. And I don't know. Maybe I won't write it. Maybe I'll just take a picture of it and post it somewhere and allow people that want to read it for themselves. But it's real, y'all. Learning that the system in the world around you is false, and unlearning closed-in behavior that you've learned through being in situations that you don't want to be in. I mean, it's real. Um, I don't know. Maybe I can find something in here, but it's so much. And if I could just post my whole journal online, I would. It doesn't matter to me, because it's real, and those it's nothing like pen hitting paper. It's nothing like the music entering your soul. And I remember when I used to write in my journals, and my writings would turn into poetry. I remember that automatically. I mean, it wasn't something thought up, but now it's like it's easier. Like if I just do it off the top of my head without writing it because I've gotten used to not writing, and it's like I'm different than I used to be. Before, like I would let the music play and I could write a whole song like just like that. And then like, but now I feel like I have to write it towards whatever beat it is. Like, I have to stop it, write what I write, then keep play it again, stop it. I didn't have to do that before. I would write the whole thing, and then go back and just match it to the song. So I don't know. I've changed, but I don't know. I'm gonna learn to love again. That was one of the things I remember writing. God let me be loved again, and then just God let me be love. You know, let me be love again. Because I'm definitely not. And when I was writing and I was feeling everything I was feeling, I was like, wow, I must be a really mean, evil, nasty person. Like, I just, it's not that. It's just closed in. It's like a somebody has a rusted old box that was filled with treasure, and the ship got sunk to the bottom of the bottom of the ocean, and just like coral reefs and all kind of crap and stuff built over the treasure chest. And then when you brought it back up, it was floating. It's like bobbing along in the water, and it's all rusty, and nobody can even open it because it's so rusty. But you could see that at one time it was beautiful, and you know that it probably had some really good stuff in it if it hasn't rusted. So I need to go on and let myself come to the surface, scrape off the barnacles and crap, get rid of the rust, let some of it stay there because it's part of the definition of who I am, and clean out whatever's on the inside so that it can be shiny and beautiful again. So I don't know, that might be over y'all head, but y'all know what I mean. Hopefully, But those that know, those that want to know, and those that don't won't. So, anyways, yeah. So I need to heal. I'm just like my big old belly. I'm inside. I got to get rid of hurt and pain and all that good stuff. So, yeah, and let it do what it do.